I don't think I say this enough, but I wanted to say thank you to everybody. Now make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. This actually is a thank you video to the community. We're coming off of Gen Con out of the weekend here, and I got to meet a lot of people this weekend, and a lot of them all had kind of the same reaction. They were like, we watched you when we were so much younger in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and we've moved on to other card games at this point. A lot of the reactions that I got from people were very much genuine like that. They're like, oh my god, I remember you from the Yu-Gi-Oh days. You helped me grow, you helped educate me, you helped me grow as a player, you helped keep me up to date with the market. And I even had a few people go, well, we obviously don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, but we still like watching the market watches. We still like tuning in to the changes of the market. Just because people are not active in the community, it doesn't look bad that they don't want to keep up with the game. Sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh is a tirelessly changing and aggressively hard-hitting game that people just don't find the time or the love for the game anymore. That's why you see people falling in and out of love with this game. And obviously, it's hit or miss for a lot of people. So it kind of took me, it made me realize a couple things. It made me realize that I am getting older. I'm turning 37 this month, actually. As of filming this, it'll be 24 days on the 27th. We'll be having a birthday bash, or at least we'll be doing something to celebrate my old status in this game. But it's made me realize that I've had a decent impact on people, and people grow up, but they remember the things and the fun that you've done. Now, in the current era of players that are watching this, things might not be the most exciting in the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game each and every day, but the game shifts. You always remember the goods and the bads, and obviously 5, 6, 10 years ago, I've been reporting on this game for as long as I have. It's genuinely been a fun time. No, I'm not quitting anytime soon. This was another question I got asked a lot over the weekend was, do I genuinely still love Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I was playing Gundam and I was playing Union Arena over the weekend. I had a couple of UA players that were like, really? You play UA? I was like, yeah. I was like, I play White Shores too. I was like, I just because I scrubbed out this weekend doesn't mean I'm naturally bad at other card games. It means I like to, as a content creator, I guess you're only allowed or expected to only play one game. You're not allowed to diversify and play other games. And at that point, I get it. All right, if you've played one game, you're not really. It comes down to stick to that game and enjoy it, and it's a pretty daunting task. But at the same time, I love Gundam. I love these cards. I love how cool. Like, take a look at these. All right, this is a prize card for top 4 at locals. That's going to be worth $150, $200 by the end of this month. By the time it's all said and done, it's a really cool thing that the game does. But it also encapsulates looking at like your favorite characters. I'm a huge fan of the Gundam franchise. I've been a huge fan since the 90s. I know I'm a decrepit old fossil at this point, but that's something to think about here. Union Arena, I love Evangelion. That was the thing that got me into more of the competitive side of the game, was the release of Ava not even 8-9 months ago. That was a January set. So it is something to think about here, that as these sets do progressively come out, and as we do get to see more of this expanding into the world, people are going to branch out to other card games. People are going to grow with the times. do not be afraid to test out other card games. Somebody else said, it was in the comment section of the Naruto video, somebody, or in the me telling about the Naruto demo, they said if the minute that Robbie says that, it's okay to play the Naruto game, we know Yu-Gi-Oh's cooked. I can't tell you that. That's something you're going to have to play the Naruto game, and you're going to have to make your own opinion. The content creators' opinions are one thing, but don't let the content creators' opinions tunnel vision you out of having an opportunity to, enjoy and play other games. Like, that is a very important fact to say. So, once again, with all of my heart, thank you to everybody that came up and said hi. I honestly, I didn't even expect one single person to come up to me over the weekend at Gen Con and even say anything to me, but I actually had about 40 interactions. I know it's such a big number. Like, the UA community was very helpful to me. Also, we had to host a Union Arena event for the community on Saturday. There was a slight issue due to the tornado that came through. There was a miscommunication on where players were supposed to go, and ended up having about 14 to 15 players being isolated away from a tournament that was supposed to happen, that was supposed to start. So Jem was with me. They had a couple of deck boxes that they had brought to have on them. They ended up giving them to me. I ended up donating them to prizing for the tournament. We ended up having a community-based event for the community on Saturday night, and I do hope that, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoyed that event. I'm glad that they were able to put it together. Give me 1 second here. I got to give appropriate credit for this. It was very, very good to actually see. It was Keone. Keone was the one that ended up putting it together. I'll leave a link down below to the EX Burst link if you guys want to, take a look at this event. It was very good to see. I wish, they would have gotten the opportunity to actually play the event themselves. But nonetheless, good job to actually seeing, something good coming together. I like doing things for the community. I do try to do monthly, bi-monthly, or even triple monthly, Zodiac tournaments where we give out deck boxes and stuff to tourney winners. We've not had one in a little while because the format's not been exciting to talk about. It's been a little bit frustrating, and as most of you know, in terms of upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh content, I'm sure you already saw tunes are coming. A lot of you guys watched the Sunday segments over the weekend. And you got an extra copy. You got to watch me play testing tunes, and you got to see genuinely how frustrating the deck is. All right, I've not been keeping up super highly on competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, but this tune deck was took me an hour to learn, which is crazy. Because when you have decks to be able to latch back into the game and you're able to get in that fast, that's interesting. Alright, so maybe that's some good news for those of you that want to come back to the game. Maybe having a bridge point with tunes. I kid you not. Toon Rizel. An FT. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to cap out some of these FTKs. I think we're going to see some of these problems kind of being solved a little bit later on. It's just going to be a game of, please be patient. They will get patched up. With that being said, though, everybody, if you ever see me in an event, don't stop me on the way to use the bathroom, please. It's one of the worst interactions I've ever had with somebody. They called me an absolute asshole because they stopped me as I was trying to walk in, actually use the restroom. I'll listen to Yu-Gi-Oh! Player stories, but if you watch a fat man running into the bathroom, don't stop him at the door and go, "Oh, so I'm O2 right now. My day sucks." It's I gotta poop, man. Don't think of. And you get mad at me online and tell me I'm a terrible person because I had to poop, and you're the one trying to stop me at the door to tell me your story. Real realizations with dear old Imco40. Yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I do appreciate you guys a lot. You guys stay safe, and peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.